up, YouTube? Today, we've got FrenchPlaty versus Colonel Blam. And as a matter of fact, they've actually been doing some practice races for about the last hour. And apparently, Colonel Blam has been slapping FrenchPlaty around. So, this may be a quick 2-0 victory in Colonel Blam's favor. But hey, don't count FrenchPlaty out. He's a top 10 competitor. Meaning he was, but he's not anymore. But hey, he's competing for it. He can really put up a fight. This isn't going to be an easy 2-0 for Colonel Blam. He's going to have to play some pretty good goddamn honey pop. So let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And they are off. The race has begun. Colonel Blam apparently been getting some 8-2-X's in the races beforehand against FrenchPlaty that they were doing for fun. But let's see if Colonel Blam can keep that pace and make it happen when it matters most. Can he win or perform well in a race environment? You know, a lot of nerves going against someone when it actually matters. Will he be able to play the same? We're gonna find out. Oh my god, right away, FrenchPlaty messing up the intro date, putting the broken heart in the wrong spot. That's going to cost him a lot of time right away. Literally the first possible mistake you can make in the whole run he made. You hate to see that. Over on Colonel Blam's side, did fine, set up the 5 of green, looked for a 6, but you know, nothing showing. But it doesn't really matter because FrenchPlaty is just so behind. But actually catching up to Colonel Blam. Oh, but getting those broken hearts. He was making up some nice ground. Colonel Blam was taking a little too long to finish his intro date. Finally now finishing it at this point. But FrenchPlaty quite a bit behind. Those broken hearts not doing him any favors. And setting up the 5 of green, the 5 of passion at the very beginning. Completely fucking botching it right away. Finishing considerably behind Colonel Blam. Colonel Blam with a nice Tiffany gift spot before going to see her 2-500. You love to see that. Wonder if FrenchPlaty is going to go for the same thing. Nope, just an easy press. We've seen a lot of time lost on Tiffany to some other runners in some of the races beforehand. It's going to be interesting to see if some of these more experienced runners are going to mess up anything in Tiffany or if it's just going to be a nice, easy advancement into the first date. Very nice Tiffany for FrenchPlaty. 2-500 gifts. Now it's time to go ahead and get started. Date 1 for Colonel Blam. Going to the tennis courts with Aiko. Let's see how this date 1 goes. See if he can maintain his lead over FrenchPlaty, put him even further in the lead. Or will FrenchPlaty have the opportunity to catch up? Very nice start for Colonel Blam. Immediate teddy bear and passion level 1. Don't know if he's going to go for the teddy bear. There's a few broken hearts on his board. Does decide to make it. I think that was the wise decision to help him match some of these red moves. Another one at the top. Colonel Blam noticing and seeing it. And one last one falling from the sky. But over on FrenchPlaty's side of the board, seems to have made a massive time save there. 3 seconds behind Colonel Blam still. Seems like we may have had a little desynced start. But FrenchPlaty making up a lot of time on that Tiffany and that date 1. Alright, it seems like Colonel Blam is taking the new alternate route, seeing Tiffany before Aiko, while FrenchPlaty is staying true to his roots, going for Aiko first before going to see another girl. But we're going to see how this date 2 goes for FrenchPlaty. Setting up a 3 of red move around those broken hearts. Pretty difficult for him to do. Not a lot on this board. He's going to have to try and find these sentiment matches. Over on Colonel Blam's side of the board, though, he had a 4 of passion, decided not to take it. Maybe he didn't see it. Who knows? But also finding it a little difficult to set up a passion level here. FrenchPlaty almost done with his date and still not having a passion level himself, but managing to finish it, getting a passion level only at the very end there, finishing at 503. Remember, Colonel Blam did do an alternate route. He has the teddy bear now here. Might want to use it because these broken hearts are a little scary, but doesn't need it. Finishes the date without it at 513. 10 seconds behind FrenchPlaty, but he's going to have a massive advantage of being able to take a phase off of his time here, which is about 10 seconds, which means they're pretty much tied up. Colonel Blam seems to have a slight lead over FrenchPlaty going into the Jessie phase. It's all going to come down to these last 2 dates. Date 3 and date 4, so much can happen. So many catastrophic events could occur. All right, here we go. Date 3 getting started for Colonel Blam and FrenchPlaty. A few seconds behind, both at the Corkscrew Carnival. They're going to be clowning around. Let's see if they can make something happen here. A nice 5 of passion for Colonel Blam, giving an immediate passion level 2 and a huge series of moves on his side of the board. FrenchPlaty is going to need to set up this 4 of on his board. Don't know if a setup actually exists. He finds one. Ooh, but he does not see it, does not go for it. Colonel Blam almost done with his date. Crazy amounts of passion tokens. 638 finish for him. FrenchPlaty barely even started. He does have passion level 2, which means even though we barely had any points a second ago, these red moves count for so much at this point. He has the setup there. There, he takes it. He goes for the 3 of red there, but the broken heart's from the sky. He has a red move in the top left of the board. He goes for it. He's going to need one more. It comes down from the sky. 7 minutes. Considerably behind Colonel Blam after that date. What a travesty of a date 3. Turns out he was the clown at the carnival. All right, date 4. I wouldn't count FrenchPlaty out yet. If Colonel Blam fucking botches the hell out of this date, he could waste so much time here. It's not unheard of to see a fail here. I've seen him do it before. But Colonel Blam has been practicing a lot more. He has the 5 of red set up. He takes it and goes for it. He has the power token red. Decides not to use it on that match before. Instead going for a 3 of. But passion level 1 halfway through the date. Thanks to that 5 of red, has the power token match now on his board. He can do so. Oh, but the broken hearts! Setting him back to halfway through the date. Still has his power token and his passion level, so it's not the worst thing in the world. If FrenchPlaty had a crazy series of moves here, it wouldn't matter, but it seems like it's not gonna happen. Colonel Blam finishing with an 8-13. Going into sex now. FrenchPlaty only halfway done with his date. This seems to be in the bag for Colonel Blam. Just has to clutch out these last few moves, this last 30 seconds or so in the sex, and he's home free to take this game 1. Over on Colonel Blam's side, making a lot of good moves on his sex board here. Already halfway done. He's on pace for his sub 9 still. If he can clutch out the end of this run. 10 seconds left. Can he get the sub 9? Couple more moves for Colonel Blam, and he finishes barely with an 857.8 to take game 1. Colonel Blam, good job.
I did not play that as well as I could have, but
you played it well enough.
I'm just like disappointed. I got like I fucked the setup up for the intro date. Congrats to Blam for taking one run.
Hey, you better subscribe to the channel and watch to the end of this video. Okay, see ya. 3, 2, 1, go. We're getting back into race 2. Colonel Blam taking game 1. Let's see if he can run it back and win another game against FrenchPlaty to make this a quick 2-0. FrenchPlaty did mess up the intro date last time, so we're going to have to see if he messes it up again. Maybe if he gets it right, FrenchPlaty will actually be able to take a game and we'll see a close set. All right, here we go. Getting into intro date. Let's see if FrenchPlaty will make the same mistake as last time. He does not. Actually setting up the intro date correctly. You'll love to see that. Seems like neither runners got the 6 of green. Blam's looking for it. He does not find it. Ends up just taking the 5 of green. FrenchPlaty had already taken his. They're about neck and neck here. Both had 91 points. They were for a second. FrenchPlaty started slowing down. Finds the last 3 of green there. Actually, 1 second apart exactly. 113 for Colonel Blam. 114 for FrenchPlaty. It was 800 worth of gifts for FrenchPlaty. Colonel Blam with a nice 1,000. We're on FrenchPlaty's side. Did not get good luck from Tiffany's box. I believe he needed, like 3 of the good ones there. Don't even know if that would have cut it for him. Quick math in my head. I'm not gonna do it in case I'm wrong, so I'm gonna hide behind ignorance instead. Getting into date 1 for Colonel Blam here. See how it goes. Not the best starting grid I've ever seen in my life. Doesn't have immediate passion level 1. Over on FrenchPlaty's side, contrary to Colonel Blam's immediate 5 of passion, getting him passion level 2, his points are going to be worth so much at this point. Colonel Blam does have his passion level and the teddy bear, but man, there's so few red moves on his side of the board. FrenchPlaty finishing at 309. Colonel Blam needs one more move. There it is, the 3 of red finishing at 313. A 3 seconds difference between these runners at this point. Close, very close, but we're going to see a change in route here, so it's going to be a little weird. We're going to see FrenchPlaty go to day 2 first, Colonel Blam go second, but they'll tie up around Jesse. All right, here we go. Our first date 2 coming in for FrenchPlaty. Go ahead and see how this goes. Nice 4 of green wide away into the 3 of whatever the fuck that was. Had a 4 of sentiment in the top left of the board. Decided not to go for it. Finally, or now deciding to get 2 3 of sentiments to go ahead and deal with these. Passion was very good choice. Has his passion level 1. Only needs a few more moves. Over on Colonel Blam's side of the board. Seemed to be a little dry for passion moves on the board. He has 1, but so many moves falling from that middle column. Getting him so many points. Now does have his passion level. Was looking for a 4 of red there. Didn't find it. Has another 3 of red in the top. FrenchPlaty finishing his date at 504. And Colonel Blam not far behind at 508, considering he has a route change over him. Colonel Blam's actually a decent bit ahead. All right, Colonel Blam going into his date 3. FrenchPlaty a little behind, just now showing up back to Aiko. Yeah, the starting grid looks pretty good. A lot of passion, a lot of sentiment on the board with a 4 of red right there. Doesn't go for the passion move before that. Unfortunately, not going to have a passion level 1 for that 4 of red, but hey, you got a power token instead over on FrenchPlaty's side of the board. Has a 5 of passion on board and a huge red move right there. Decides to match it like that. Don't know why he did that. Could have had a 5 of passion easy instead of a 4 of. He didn't even have a passion level. Really, you know, would have been nice to see him trying to get one of those. But it was such a big red move. Might have been hard. But at least, I mean, come on, match it as a 5 of. FrenchPlaty has passion level 2 almost done at his state. But over on the other side of the board, Colonel Blam already done with a 638. FrenchPlaty considerably behind. He's going to need a miracle on this date 4 if he wants to stay in this race at 652. Going to need something big to happen on his side of the board or something terrible to happen for Colonel Blam if he wants to stay in this race. This is FrenchPlaty's life in the tournament right here. He could be out and done if he loses this game. All right, here we go. 4th date for Colonel Blam heading into Vinny's restaurant. See how this date goes. He needs something good here if he wants to maintain his lead over FrenchPlaty. Very nice 4 of passion to start him out. That's going to give him passion level 1 and getting the 2 sentiment right there. Ooh, and the 5 of red setup. I don't know if there's a way to match it on board. There isn't one yet. Let's see if he can find a way to put it together. He's looking for it really hard. Maybe looking for it's going to be his downfall. He's wasting so much time. He has it on the board there. He finally finds it, gets the 5 of red. That's going to be almost an insta-win for Colonel Blam. It was worth it looking for it only because he got it, though. That's called, you know, confirmation bias or some shit like that. Finishing at 8-12. Another sub-9 pace run for Colonel Blam. FrenchPlaty not having the best of time over on his side of the board. I mean, you know, it's fine. He's got passion level 3. He's got some red moves. He's got some broken hearts. You know, it's whatever. But Colonel Blam with the 5 of red. Oh, but FrenchPlaty failing. Didn't even realize he had so few moves. Colonel Blam only needs to finish off his sex. You know, this is an impossible comeback for FrenchPlaty. I'm sure at this point he's probably giving up. Colonel Blam taking it. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Failing the date for Colonel Blam on his sex. Only a few more moves, and that's going to be it. 2-0 for Colonel Blam. 2 sub-9s. Congratulations, Colonel Blam. You won. FrenchPlaty, you are now knocked out of the tournament. How do you feel about your performance?
I'm not really mad. I'd like to congratulate Blam for going for the next round. There's definitely been a lack of motivation and investment on my part. Did some mistakes that I'm not really proud of. For example, on the first match, I fucked up the intro date. On the second match, I failed to buy the right things for Tiffany, and also missed a question. But other than that, I knew this was going to happen, so I just leave it at that. I'd like to once again congratulate Blam, and I wish him the best of luck on the next round.
Very nice words from FrenchPlaty. Blam, how do you feel winning? Moving on to round 3.
Well, this round I definitely knew was going to be close. I think I have decent odds in the next upcoming round, no matter who it's going to be.
Do you know who you're going to be going against?
I have no clue yet.
You're going to be playing the winner of Rowlet and Neckerp.
Oh, okay. So I've played with Neckerp a few times. I have a 25% win rate, and I know that Neckerp thinks he's worse than
everyone.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
could happen.
I think it's going to be a really hard, close race for whoever is ending up playing. Thanks so much for coming out. Appreciate you both here. Hope to see you, FrenchPlaty, in the GLE Tournament 6, whenever that happens.
I'll be there, yeah.
Nice. All right. I'll see you guys.